Every spring when Tarek was little, a colorful circus would come to his town. Acrobats, clowns, and animal trainers would perform death-defying acts that made Tarek's heart leap with excitement, and each year he vowed to join them. But each year, he changed his mind when he saw how brave and skillful the performers had to be. One day, while Tarek was practicing juggling with 3 oranges, he heard a knock at his window. Startled, he dropped the fruit and rushed to hide under his blanket. Peeking out from between the curtains, he saw a small, brightly shining ticket floating past his window in the wind. The ticket looked magical, like it were made of stardust, and it seemed to beckon him to follow it. But how could he leave without his parents knowing? And what if they stopped the flying car on their way to work? He considered hiding under his bed, but then he'd miss breakfast, and he didn't want to upset his mom. So instead, he slipped into his jacket, grabbed the ticket, and ran to his room's balcony. He jumped onto the railing and dangled on the other side, trying to figure out where to go. But before he could decide, a gust of wind snatched the ticket from his hand and carried it away. Tarek hesitated only a second before dropping to the ground. Then he took off running after the ticket, dodging cars and leaping over bushes until he reached the edge of town. Suddenly, the wind died down and Tarek skidded to a halt, gasping for breath. All around him, tents had appeared, glowing with the same starlight he'd seen on the ticket. As he approached the nearest one, he heard excited whispers, tinkling laughter, and the thud of heavy footsteps. Curiosity overwhelmed his fear, and he snuck closer to take a peek inside. But just then, the tent flap swung open, and a gruff voice boomed. "Who's out there?" Startled, Tarek ducked behind a pole and squeezed his eyes shut. "It's just the wind," came another voice, soft and sweet like birdsong. "Don't be silly, Gerald. Someone's definitely out here." A brown furry head popped out from behind the pole. "Oh, hello," she said with a warm smile. "Are you lost?" Tarek couldn't speak, so he simply nodded. "Well, you can't stay out here all night, silly goose. Come inside and we'll take care of you." She turned and trotted back into the tent, beckoning him to follow her. Tarek hesitated for only a moment before darting inside. What he saw made his jaw drop. Before him lay a clearing filled with all kinds of animals. They weren't performing or being trained, though they were playing and laughing like children. A troop of monkeys hung upside down from the tent poles, flipping and joking around. A family of rabbits bounced up and down on a giant trampoline. Even a majestic lion with a flowing mane lounged on a nearby chair, roaring with laughter. "Welcome to our midnight circus," said a badger dressed in a striped suit. "I'm Itsy Bitsy, and this is my home." Tarek stared in awe at the fantastical scene before him. "You said you'd take care of me," he reminded the friendly fox. She blushed. "Oh, right. Come with me." She led him to a corner where a large, comfy-looking bed was set up. "You can sleep here for now," she said. "And in the morning, why don't you practice some tricks with us? You can do whatever you like here. We have bulls, juggling pins, tight ropes, and even a trampoline like the rabbits use." As Tarek climbed into bed, he knew he'd never forget this night. Soon, he was fast asleep, dreaming of becoming the greatest circus performer of all time. When Tarek woke up, the first thing he noticed was the beautiful sunshine streaming through the tent. The animals were already awake, stretching and yawning as they prepared for the day. Tarek sat up and realized he felt braver and more confident than ever before. Spotting the juggling pins on the ground, Tarek decided to start practicing right away. At first, he was clumsy and kept tripping over his own feet. But soon enough, he got the hang of it and was weaving the pins through his legs and arms with ease. A rabbit hopped closer and asked, "Can I try?" After Tarek agreed, the rabbit deftly snatched the pins and jumped high in the air while juggling them, landing perfectly on his feet when he came down. "Wow, you're good," Tarek admitted. The rabbit blushed. "Thanks. I've been practicing since last year's circus. I want to be just like Benny," he said, nodding towards a bunny on the other side of the clearing, who was balancing on a ball while riding a bicycle. Just then, the lion ambled over, his tail swishing lazily in the air. "Good morning, everyone!" he rumbled in a surprisingly gentle voice. "Are you having fun?" "Yes," called out a monkey from above. "But Tarek here doesn't look too happy." "What's wrong, little one?" Tarek explained that he wanted to join the circus, but he was too scared to ask anyone. "Ha! I know just the thing for you," the lion said with a wink. "Come with me!" He led Tarek to a tall pole and handed him a red ball. "Show us your best trick," he commanded. Tarek froze. "But I don't know any tricks." The lion leaned in close. "That's not true. You just need to believe in yourself. Now show me what you can do." With a deep breath, Tarek threw the ball into the air and caught it, then threw it again, higher this time. Suddenly, the monkeys joined in, each catching the ball after Tarek threw it. Encouraged by their cheers, he threw the ball further and higher, until he could throw it all the way to the top of the pole. When Tarek finished, the clearing erupted in applause. "Bravo, Tarek!" the lion roared. "I knew you could do it." Tarek beamed with pride. "Thank you," he whispered, feeling happier than he'd ever been before. From that moment on, Tarek practiced harder than ever. He learned to jump and flip with the rabbits, swing from trapeze to trapeze with the monkeys, and even ride a unicycle, while juggling 3 balls. The animals and Tarek became the best of friends, and they had so much fun together that he forgot about his fear of performing. Soon, it was almost time for the circus to leave. And although Tarek was sad to see his new friends go, he was also excited to show off his newfound skills to everyone back home. That night, Tarek and the other performers put on a grand show for the townspeople. Tarek performed all the tricks he'd learned, and the crowd cheered wildly. When the show was over, Tarek took a deep bow, feeling on top of the world. As the sun began to set, Tarek said goodbye to his friends in the clearing. He promised to visit them again next year, and they all waved until he disappeared into the twilight. Walking back to town, Tarek realized how much he'd changed. He wasn't the same scared boy who'd run away from home that afternoon. Not only had he learned how to juggle, jump, and flip, but he'd also conquered his fear of performing, and most importantly, he'd made some true friends along the way. When he arrived home, his parents rushed to greet him. "Where have you been, Tarek?" "We were so worried," his mother exclaimed, hugging him tightly. Tarek hesitated for a moment, not wanting to upset his mom. Then he told her everything about the midnight circus. At first, she didn't believe him, but when she saw the juggling pins in his hands, her face lit up with understanding. "Oh, Tarek, I'm so glad you had an adventure," she said, squeezing him tight. "Just promise me you won't run away again." As Tarek snuggled into his warm bed that night, he thought about the magical circus hidden just outside of town. He couldn't wait for next year when he could visit his friends again and maybe even learn some more amazing tricks.